Post-COVID-19 Global Perspective. Sponsored by ICSSR New Delhi, NAC, RUSA and T-Shape, and organized by Government Degree College for Women, Begumpet, Hyderabad. The pandemic has wreaked havoc and brought the world to a standstill, causing much concern. Just as every cloud has a silver lining, COVID-19 compelled teachers to adapt to technology. The advent of blended learning led to the development of curriculum design, innovative methods of content delivery, and assessment of learning outcomes. Educational institutions focused not just on academics, but on inculcating and nurturing qualities like resilience, courage, decision-making, leadership, critical thinking among the students. With this note, I would like to welcome on dais the Principal of Government Degree College for Women, Begumpet, Dr.K.Kamala. Madam, with her expertise and enriching experience, has been a driving force in organizing this international conference. Under man's able leadership and guidance, the college has achieved great strides not only in academics but also in areas like healthcare, nutrition, wellness, sports, and community service. I would like to invite on dais Professor Jandiana Tilak Sir. Sir is the ICSSR National Fellow and Distinguished Professor of Council for Social Development. He worked as a professor and Vice Chancellor of National University of Educational Planning and Administration, NUPA, New Delhi. Sir has authored and edited 20 books and 300 research papers in the area of economics of education and development studies published in reputed journals. Sir is also a recipient of many prestigious awards. One among them is Inspirational Teacher of the Year Education Award in the year 2012. Welcome, sir. I request the faculty to present the bouquets as well, simultaneously. I take this opportunity to invite on the dais Professor Tirupati Rao. Sir worked as a former Vice Chancellor of Osmania University and presently working as Chancellor, teaching and research experience. He brought many reforms in the university during his tenure in system in all PG courses from the academic year 2009-10 onwards. Students' project work was included as one of the components of the curriculum to expose them to the real world outside the university. Many innovative and student-empowering programs, personality, and inculcate basic values. I now take the privilege in inviting on the dais Professor R. Limbadri, Sir, Chair University and Telangana University. Sir won the annual Case Study Award in 2012 and guided 10 PhD students. He has to his credit 3 international and 13 national publications, 14 national and 3 international paper presentations. Welcome you, sir. Professor D. Ravindra, sir, Vice Chancellor, Osmania University. 30 years in teaching. After assuming charge as Vice Chancellor, Sir's vision for the university is to transform it into a research center. The Academic Research Committee was established with 2 research centers for this purpose. Sir has also brought about many student-friendly initiatives to help them pursue and accomplish their dreams and aspirations. Welcome Dr. Kamala, Department of Political Science and the convener of this international program. Commissioner sir will be joining us very soon. Conference by invoking the divine presence of God Almighty by a prayer song, and this would be followed by the lighting of the lamp by the dignitaries. it is indeed the time to discuss the various dimensions of higher education. Recently, the Commissionerate of Collegiate Education of Telangana introduced many reforms in the higher education system. Telangana State Council of Higher Education plays an important role in the formulation of education policies with changing structure of education system. The objective of the seminar is to explore pedagogical methods of innovation, assessment, and quality in higher education opportunities and challenges at global level. Impact of COVID on higher education. The conference shall ensure that academicians, researchers, policymakers, and other experts to enlighten the minds by their intense understanding and insights which would further enrich the knowledge and enhance learning. This seminar also serves as a good platform to discuss the perspectives of higher education in the global scenario with the expert speakers and academicians who are present here. With this, I conclude my speech and everyone to participate in this conference and arrive at the best resolutions for the future. Now, I hand over the session to the chair, Dr.K.Kamala, Principal Government Degree College, to chair the session and carry on the proceedings of the conference. Thank you.
This two-day international conference. At the outset, I would like to thank the dignitaries on the dais, Professor Ravinder, Professor Limbadri, Professor Tirupati Rao, and Professor Tilak for accepting our invitation and then being part of this conference. And sir, your presence and your valuable inputs would definitely bring new thoughts and new innovation to this topic which we are discussing for 2 days. Thank you so much. I just wanted to brief the audience about Government Degree College for Women Begumpet. Government Degree College for Women Begumpet was established in the year 1971 with just 3 courses and a student strength of 29. It has grown from strength to strength, and today we are offering 56 UG programs and 5 PG programs with a student strength of more than 3,600 on board. Under the able guidance of our Commissioner of Collegiate Education, the college has taken up many initiatives. We strongly believe that students should be guided not only with the learning in the classroom, but informal learning through participation in many programs. The college has, to its credit, some 56 extension programs that we have done even during the COVID-19 pandemic. We have done a lot of extension and outreach programs. So we strongly believe that it is through community development, community linkage is the informal education of our students will happen. Today we have more than 88 faculty members teaching our students, out of which 46 are PhD holders, and they are continuously contributing to the research and development. In last 5 years, our teachers have published more than 200 publications in UGC CADE journals. Not just teaching and academic and research, we also also focus on building sports and other activities in our college. I am so proud to share with you all today that many of our students have represented our state and the sports at interstate competitions. Just today I think so, she is one of our students is playing in a judo competition representing our state in South India competitions. I'm proud to share that Ms. Gayatri, she has won first prize in the space design conducted by ISRO during World Space Design Week. So most of our students bring a lot of laurels to us and make us proud, and each and every faculty in our department, we try to mentor these students. We have a very strong mentor-mentee system in our college. Each faculty has about, on an average, 50 students, and they take care of not only their academics, their health and other issues are also counseled, and that giving us a very strong relationship between teacher, student, and the institution. With these few little words, I really thank all the dignitaries for being part of this program, and I hope that this 2 days workshop will be very fruitful. Thank you. Now I request Professor Tirupati Rao. I request Professor D. Ravinder, Vice Chancellor, Usmania University. Sir has taken his time. It has been very busy, because all his programs are lined up for these 3 days. Thank you so much, sir, and I request you to please deliver your speech on this occasion. Thank you.
Respected Principal, Government Degree College, Begumpet, Sri Padmavati Garu, and Honorable Chairman, Telangana State Council of Higher Education, Professor Gambati Garu, my teacher and former Vice Chancellor, Professor Tirupati Rao Garu, and also respected Vice Chancellor, former Vice Chancellor, Professor Tilak Garu, and also fellow Council for Social Development, Delhi. And in fact, the student Kamala is being organizing this international conference, I think, and at the same time the venue is also in heart of the Usmania University, and at the same time Padmavati Garu and Kamala both came to me and to praise this occasion. So I could not say no. So in light of that, I think I am here, I am standing before you here without any preparation. Just say congratulations to all of you, because we already scheduled the program that known as the Usmania Touch 2022, which would like to popularize the idea of our research which produced by the Usmania University over a period of time. That's why I think we confined today is as open day to showcase our research and other activities. Tomorrow we would like to bring back all the alumni, great alumni, the proud alumni which they occupied in the important positions in the international, national and the state level. So again we would like to invite all of them to Usmania University to share their ideas in the, here. And third, which we devoted for the cultural program. I request all of you to participate if you get the time to and here. In fact, I think I love to be here because this theme is also related to our higher education system. Particularly, like to spend some time listening to Jindal Vilagaru. I had the opportunity to read his articles in Hindu very prominently. He wrote a number of articles in Hindu. I think he is authority on the higher education and the education system in the country. So such a great person, a scholarly person is here. I think, sorry sir, I could not spare my time. I request Padmavati Madam to record it and I will definitely go through it. Yes, this theme is also very pertinent, and at the same time in the post-COVID period, I think much which we have to discuss on during the COVID period, because post-COVID period is also which we learn so many things to how to operate and how to Google Meet and how to because the availability of the network and the reachability is also very, very less. Where we have conducted one survey and hardly less than 30% of the students reached that. I think it was very convenient for the teachers and students also, because students muted and off the camera, and teachers had the opportunity to read out and spell out something online, which was both the advantage for the teachers and the students. But anyway, I think the Usman University, which is in the forefront to initiate certain reforms in the higher education, already we are line up certain things with association with the State Council of Higher Education. I think Professor Limbadi garu going to explain all the reforms and particularly the courses which we are offering, which is not expected level of the society or the market related. So that's why I think we constitute a committee to revamp the existing courses and to come up with a new courses to suit the needs of the society and market oriented or the job oriented courses which are planning. And sometimes I think we surprised to know that the private colleges and autonomous colleges are offering very advanced courses. For them which we are conducting exams, we are awarding degrees, we are evaluating the papers, but which we are not in a position to offer the courses in Usman University. So which is very surprised. So that's why I think we are planning to start this new courses, blended courses, and diploma courses also lined up. And at the same time, we are wherever we go, and I think put this our idea, but the loud thinking, and almost all is a lot of appreciation, and at the same time the appreciating the idea that known as we were planning to open up the post-graduation courses for everyone. Any UG degree holder can pursue any post-graduation courses. I think most of the central universities and the outside the world also open up the education system. For example, a BCom student, BCom pass student, can pursue for political science, history also. Why should we stop? I think that is the idea which we are planning, and even the BSc students also can pursue arts and social sciences. Similarly, vice versa, arts students also can pursue if she has the capacity to pursue the sciences also with a slight bridge course. So I think it's the need of the hour to open up all these. I think we have to remove the barriers which have been following the colonial barriers. I think it is the time to remove all the barriers and move forward, particularly in the higher education, in the place to take up these other issues. I think so. I think I'm blessed with a lot of activities since the almost 53 departments are waiting for to showcase that. I think I'm only physically I'm here, my mind is there. Excuse me, I think there is probably person Jandara Garu and my good friend, close friend Limanna, popularly we say Limanna, and our teacher. It's a rare opportunity. I think the board 3 vice chancellors on the one dais, and the chairman is also here. But I'm leading means really. I think I feel bad. So yeah, excuse me. Thank you very much for this patient listening. And once again, whenever we get the time, definitely we'll meet in the later period. Thank you very much, Dr.
Professor R. Limbadi, Chairman, Telangana State Council for Higher Education, has been a great support to Government Degree College for Women Development. So your presence is really valuable for us, and I request you to please speak few words on this occasion.
Good morning, everyone. The President of the function,
Dr. Padmavati garu, Principal of the Government Begumpet Degree College, Autonomous, one of the prestigious colleges in Telangana, and you have been doing wonderful things for the benefit of the students. And we have a scholar, a former Vice Chancellor, National Educational Institutions, Professor Jandyala Tilak garu, and my guru, my well-wisher, and former Vice Chancellor of Usmania University, and presently Chancellor of Tripura, Professor Dept garu, and Dr.K.Kamala, the Seminar Director, and all the distinguished colleagues, friends, and dear students. I feel it is a great honor for me to associate with all of you in this important occasion. When I see this Begumpet Women's College, I feel it is like a great university in Telangana. And I have seen a diversity of students in the higher education institutions. But one of the best institutions which is having a diversity in degree colleges, number one is Begumpet Women's College. You will be surprised to know that as a Kannada Dost, I have seen 33 district students representing in this college. Really it is great multidisciplinary and multi-diversity. Another important thing, the teachers, when I see the great committed, intellectual and enthusiastic teachers working in this Begumpet University. I feel really proud to associate with you whenever I get an opportunity. And what can I do? I will do for that with limited resources. And I also mentioned that Dr. Padmavati also very committed and a highly innovative administrator who can take a number of initiatives to strengthen the institutions and benefit the students. So I have an opportunity to work with her when she was also the Deputy Director of Tribal Welfare Residential Institutions. I really felt very happy and I congratulated her to taking that job to cater the needs of the downtrodden as a Deputy Director of a true academician. Coming to this seminar, Dr. Kamala has initiated that new dimensions in higher education in the post-COVID-19, a global perspective. It is also a need of the hour for all of us to discuss for development of the teaching learning methods in educational institutions. The post-COVID, COVID has become a landmark in the human history. When we were the students, we see the history that is the ancient history, modern history, European history, like that. Now we have to make a mark that the post-COVID or the pre-COVID. That is also become a milestone in the journey of education is concerned. So in that context, I feel it is the right time to discuss and debate about what are the new dimensions in higher education in the COVID, post-COVID and global perspective. We have three things I want to mention here. One is the new dimensions of this COVID. The COVID-19 represents an immediate crisis of higher education, creating challenges for enrolled students and traditional institutions. And its impact on our society has been changing of devastating and unfair. Many are forced to change their jobs while may have to lose the jobs. So many crises we have seen. For that matter, we have lost their lives. Thousands of people died in this COVID-19. And entire world affected in this COVID.
Thank you so much, sir. You have touched upon various aspects, including our Telangana state government, how it has increased the access and the flexibility it has given to the students in terms of interdisciplinary, or you are calling it as student-friendly approach. Well, as you said, it is really a huge challenge even for us to convince the students to take up the opportunities that come their way. Just 2 days back, we had a placement drive. 120 students have enrolled, but only 45 attended the drive. 27 got opportunity, but now we are trying to talk to their parents to convince them to give the willingness to take up the job. So that's the kind of situation we are in. Each time we declare small vacation to our students. Many students come back, they say that we got engaged, we are getting married. So it has been really a big challenge for us. So we are trying to find ways and means to counsel them and to keep them on the higher education, giving the importance to education. So thank you so much, sir. I now request Professor Dept, retired Vice Chancellor of Osmania University and presently working as Chancellor of Manipur Central University, to please deliver his speech on this occasion.
Good morning to all of you, Kamala team, for inviting me to giving me opportunity to participate in this, along with so many distinguished persons here. It's be a learning experience for me. Just now, Linda he has given us information about some developments that are taking place. One advantage we senior teachers have is we have number of students who are working as teachers as well as principals in government degree colleges also. That's how they are in touch with us. That is the advantage of a teacher, you all know. Our students are most of the time they are in touch with us, and mostly good students are in touch with us. Those who have a lot of interest in academics, they automatically become teachers, some of them, or others may be holding some other good positions. So they have informed us so many good things, so many initiatives which the Commissioner has taken, and also our chairman. Those, in fact, is a revolutionary step, because that has provided access to large number of students to come to the government colleges, and it has increased. Just now our principal was telling, from 1600 to the strength has increased to 3,600. Huge. And another thing is, all over the state they are coming because of those. They are coming from all over the state. So that way access, I think it's a very good initiative that has been taken, which is providing good access and also ensuring quality education, because the government colleges, I think they are doing much better than most of the private colleges as of now, because of the initiatives that the Commissioner has taken in recent times. He's a taskmaster. He will not leave anyone. I think you all know that. And many new subjects have been added. And even during COVID times, what I have learned, he has asked every teacher to record the lectures, the videos, and the best lectures were supposed to be taken, and they were, I think, planning to keep them as a repository so that anybody can have access to the good lectures. It's an excellent step. So sometimes we have difficulties, challenges, but you have to take opportunity out of that and come with new ideas. That's what I think our state government, under our state government, our public education has done under the leadership of Naveen Mikluda. With these few, otherwise the entire lecture will be talking about that already. So I'll stop here. Sir will be telling about other things. Well, you have named this as a post-COVID thing. I'm just going back to what happened during COVID. Suddenly, there was a message from our Prime Minister, and he declared there will be lockout. So everything stands still. Imagine what is the position of the colleges. Everything stands still. You can't go out of the house. That's how we were caught up during the COVID. Entire education system is disrupted suddenly. And from there again we have to go step by step and see that normalcy achieved. And we have done our job. At the state level, I think we have done our job. In spite of so many difficulties, I I think teachers, those who are not acquainted with the online education or online teaching, the technology part, digital technology part, I think they have put all their efforts. Most of them must have learned from their children, I think. Right. Younger people are better acquainted. Some people told me, sir, I have learned from my son told me, how to use an app or so somehow they have learned. No, that's good. That's very good. So online education has become now a part of the regular education system because we are well equipped in the system. I really appreciate all of you for that. And your college, I think, is in the front line as far as online education is concerned. And also, you are offering, because you see the autonomy, you are offering number of courses. I think you told me 52 or 53 courses, 56 courses. That is huge. I really appreciate all of you for offering so many courses. And you are also looking after other aspects other than academics, like well-being and other aspects also. That's what NAC expects you. So that's very good. You are looking into that and other aspects. That is what is expected from the institution responsibility. Now friends, okay, this is the good part, but we do have the challenges. We do have the challenges. See, what we can do is, we can take a horse to water, but can you make the horse to drink the water?
It was nice that you brought up learning crisis, which is there. As you rightly pointed out, sir, we can only take the student forcibly to a classroom, but then what happens with the student is actually very, very important. Now, I request Shri Navan Mittal, IAS, Commissioner of Collegiate Education, Chief Guest for tonight's function, to please deliver his inaugural address. Sir, you have been a real driving force behind government degree colleges, and particularly Dept Women's College. Your very presence inspires all of us, sir, and I hope that these 2 days deliberations will really take us a step forward. Thank you.
Professor Limbatri Garu, Professor Dept Garu, Professor Tilak Garu, our Principal of Government Degree College, begumpet, and all the participants and faculty members who are present here. A very good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I must take this opportunity to appreciate the principal as well as the faculty members of Government Degree College, begumpet, who have put together this 2-day conference, I would say on a very important and relevant topic, which we are all grappling through in these present times. I think it is important for everybody to get together to discuss and debate about how do we move forward in the field of higher education, especially in the context of the disruption which we had due to COVID-19. In fact, we have all gone through this disruption which has been caused. In many ways, this has been very, very, I would say, harmful for the academic career and the learning of the students. Because of almost 2 years, there was huge disruption of the educational institutions. In fact, in the sector of school education, many analysts feel that these 2 years have resulted in almost a 3 to 4 years relapse in the learning levels of the students, especially at the school education. Because when you keep learning, you are up to date. But when you stop learning, you also tend to forget whatever you have learned in the previous classes. And that is very, very difficult to overcome. Even in the higher education sector, we have gone through this type of disruption, wherein though we all went online, I must appreciate all the faculty members that they, in a very short period of time, you all learned how to use computers, how to use the online methods of learning, and went online. But then on the student side, though in the initial phase of lockdown, almost our attendance was 60-65%. But once the lockdown opened up, but our institution did not open, the attendance levels were just 30-35% on an average. And that means that almost 2/3 of our students did not have online access. Of course, some of them had some, they were able to watch some recorded lectures because they were put on different platforms, maybe through YouTube, maybe through the other social media platforms, maybe through WhatsApp. But then they were not able to participate live in the class. And I think our agenda now has to overcome these learning levels immediately, so that the batches who are presently there in our colleges, the loss should be minimized. So that is, I think, one very important agenda in front of us. Two would be that the students who would be coming into our institutions in the next few academic years, because they also have a loss of learning in their inter colleges or in their schools. They would also not be up to the mark when they enter into our institutions in the coming years. So we again have to have a proper strategy as to how do we bring them up, and at least there are better outcomes compared to what it has been. So these are, I would say, the most immediate challenges in front of us. Of course, COVID has also had a very positive impact in many ways on education sector. In fact, if you really look at the positive side of it, because every coin has two sides. Similarly, COVID also has the negative side, which I pointed out, but there is also a positive side. And the positive side is that the integration into education sector, which was missing in the past, has now become very high order. In fact, so much so that I don't think this interconnect of technology and education which we have now seen would go back. Of course, the methodology will, because we were forced to be completely online, and I don't think completely online is something which has worked very well, or is something which in the next few years would be the only method of learning. So what most people feel is that the way to move forward would be a hybrid mode of learning, a blended mode of learning, wherein we combine the best of the classroom as well as the best of technology together. Because classroom is something which cannot be replaced as of now. We have not got any technology as of now which can fully replace the classroom, because the rich interaction which takes place in the classroom doesn't take place in the online world. And this interaction is not just this interaction from the teacher to the student, what the teacher gives to the student, but I think as teachers you also imbibe a lot from the students also, as to how they are doing, how they are learning, the questions which the students ask. Many of them would be asking very innovative questions. In fact, I remember of a couple of years back we had a program of this Jigyasa. Jigyasa is, those who are not from the government colleges, this is our flagship program, wherein group of students prepare project with the help of a faculty member, and it is project-based learning. So we had invited the Dean and Director of IIT Hyderabad, and he was telling very interesting thing. He was telling that his classroom session is all about students asking questions. So on an average in a classroom, students ask 10 questions, 7 of which he is able to answer in the class itself, but 3 questions even the director of IIT was not able to answer. And his he tells that these are the things which he will be taking up in the next class. So in between that, he spends his time on looking at those 3 questions. Because you know, profile of, I've also been through the IIT system myself. The profile of students is such that they will ask anything in the world, and it's very difficult for somebody to really answer well unless one really knows what somebody is asking. So he says 3 questions are my agenda for the next class, and that is how I keep myself updated, because these 3 questions help me also to learn. So that's what I'm trying to say. A classroom is not just about one-way communication between the teacher and the student, but also a teacher also learns a lot from the students in terms of how the students are asking questions or how the learning levels of the students are. And then this peer-to-peer interaction which takes place in the classroom or in the campus is something which we have all been missing during the COVID period. Because classroom and campuses are also about imbibing life skills, which can only come from interacting with each other. No, ultimately one has to work work in a physical environment. It's not an individual work, it's all teamwork. And the teamwork can come only when students learn to interact with each other. And you not just learn academic skills, but also, as I mentioned, life skills. So physical classrooms are not going anywhere, they're going to stay. But I think what we need to add is how do we supplement this physical classroom with what we have been doing during COVID. And that is what the blended mode of learning is. In the sense that if the student also has access to some content, then the student can watch this content at his or her pace, at his or her timing. You know, there will be a fast learner, there will be a slow learner. And our teaching is mostly pegged at the average level of the students. So both the fast learner is frustrated in the classroom, and also the slow learner is frustrated, because fast learner finds it too boring, the pace of the class, and the slow learner is not able to keep a pace, and he's in a different world, he or she is in a different world.
And as you have rightly said, we felt that there is a requirement for us to conduct a pre-test for internal assessments, because the students who have come this academic year, almost their 2 years of intermediate, they haven't been to college, they haven't learned, they even forgot how to write an exam. So that was the situation we also faced. Many students failed in internal assessments as well. So the crisis is really huge. And as you said, giving them a goal and then trying to make them identify what they want to do 3 years down the lane, I think so that's a real challenge. And our best wishes for this program 2 days to come up. Now I request the dignitaries on the dais to please release the software. We have received an overwhelming response to this 2 days international conference. 238 papers we have received. We had a committee, and then it had to be vetted through plagiarism and other things, and based on the topics, subtopics, we have picked up 150 abstracts as of now, suitable for publication. And I request the dignitaries to please release this software which has all these abstracts in the book. Thank you.
today's inaugural session of the international conference. Indeed, it's been our fortunate to find distinguished presence of extremely busy people in most of our endeavors to grace this occasion, grace this inaugural session of this today's international conference. Firstly, I immense thank you to our Dynamic Commissioner of Collegiate Education, Sri Naveen Mittal IAS Garu, for this kind presence, for giving his valuable time and words and gracing this occasion. Sir, we gratefully value your presence, sir. Thank you, sir. And secondly, I thank our friendly chairman of Telangana State Council of Higher Education, Professor Limbadri sir, attending this occasion and giving valuable inputs. And really I thank Chancellor of Manipur University, Professor Tirupati Rao sir, for his presence in this occasion and valuable speech. And sir is my guru and I'm the student of sir. Thank Vice Chancellor of Usmania University, Professor D. Ravindra sir, for coming in this occasion for his hectic schedule. His Usmania Taksha is going on in Usmania University 24th, 25th and 26th. In his busy schedule, he was attended this occasion sir. I'm on behalf of Department of Political Science and Government Degree College, really thankful to him. And I thank Professor Janjara Tilak sir, Janjara Balagangadhar Tilak sir, for accepting of our invitation for delivering of keynote address on this occasion. I thank our principal Dr.K. Kamala madam permitting to conducting this conference. I thank my colleague, the organizer of this conference, Dr.K. Kamala. I thank all my distinguished colleagues for making of this conference a great success. And last but not the least, I thank all the participants for making of this conference huge success. And all participants have a tea break in beside hall, tea hall. Please accept of our this tea, both this tea and snacks. Please attend it. Then afterwards, in the same hall, we have a keynote address. What we are waiting for Tilak sir's speech. Okay, thank you, Ananda.
Session is 11:30 to 11:45. It's not me, it's what happens. We have a very distinguished speaker with us now. Already is introduced to our audience, Professor Dept, former Vice Chancellor, National University of Education Planning and Administration, and also its Administration Fellow, and currently is a distinguished professor at the Council for Social Development, New Delhi. He has got vast experience in the field of education. Very distinguished educationists. We are very lucky to have him with us. I think we can develop to listen to him. So I request Professor Tilak now to give his talk. Thank you, sir.
In the state and also won top ranking in the NRIF rankings at the All India level. I'm indeed grateful to the degree college principal and the convener for giving me this opportunity to come and address all of you on this very, very important theme on which you have already heard quite a few important speeches from the chairman of the State Council of Higher Education, from the commissioner, from the vice chancellor, and above all a special address by Professor Tirupati Rao. I also feel it a very special privilege that Professor Tirupati Rao is chairing my session, and as a disciplined participant I will not trouble him much, but I'll try to do as quickly as possible. And if there is any time, I would also be very happy to have a few quick reactions from the people. the COVID is one which is universal in the sense that almost every country, not almost, every country in the world is affected. And you find only one spot, which is Turkmenistan in Central Asia, which is the only country that is said to have been not affected so far. But all other countries in the world are seriously affected by this crisis. And some are very, very severely and some are severely, but mostly all of them have been affected badly. And the numbers that we have are really puzzling numbers. More than half the world population is affected by it. And I think in the history that in the recorded history at least, we never have seen half the globe being affected by any virus or any pandemic of this kind. So more than 4.8 billion population in the world are affected, and so far by more than 6 million people have died in the world. And these are really very troublesome numbers. As I said, since we don't know in the history any numbers of this kind, this must be a serious issue that everybody is really bothered. Even in India, we find as many as 4.3 crore people are affected, and more than 5 lakh people are dying. And this is not over. The crisis is still going on. The pandemic is still creating problems in higher and lower degrees. Perhaps some numbers are coming up, but in some countries still the numbers are rising very, very fast. How long it will take, we do not know. As an expert, the President of the Comparative Education Society has stated, the COVID has devastated the world, and one of the important issues that one has to be worried about is what happens to the education sector. And we know some part of it because we are all parts of the contemporary history. What is happening, we are the actual sufferers, and at the same time we try to understand what